workers, and hello all you archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. I'm playing this day one Tales of Arise game. I'm having a Tales of Arise adventure. This is a pretty clumsy introduction. Let's get on with it. We're now on day 19 of Project 99, which means it's been, 18 days since I played this, because I've been distracted with other games. Also, I did have another toothache, and I had to get another tooth removed. Well, I say another tooth removed. Haven't removed this tooth yet, because it's fused to my jaw or something. But that one came out pretty handily. Thankfully. Let's load the game. Anyway, I'm still feeling the fact there's a hole in my face. And that is my excuse for the not having the greatest introduction in the world to this particular episode. What were we doing? We're 31 hours in, according to my Steam. We're 40 hours in. I guess that's the faff. It's the faff happening. This is the first time I've spoken today. You might be able to tell. It's a Sunday. I think I'd slept for like 15 hours. Probably needed it, though. Or I overslept. One of those two. It's really hard to tell. We are headed for the hidden underground dock west of Nice. So I'm just looking at those times because 23, 22, 22, 23. That was just confusing. It's fine. It's the latest one. Okay. Here we are. What are we doing?
We should be able to cook here.
Yeah, but what have I done? What? We've just cooked. It's fine. I actually don't know where we're going. To the question mark, I guess. Should we be down here? Okay, gotta remember the controls. Into this cave. What a mysterious cave. Oh, Miguel's deceased.
A dead end?
No, there's an elevator. Looks operational.
It does. Right. 1 second. Oh, I completely forgot about it telling me to do this stuff. I guess I have to be standing still for it to remind me? Huh. Fair enough. A little reminder of what we're trying to do. Our Madria's escape and subsequent arrest was all a trap. During Didym's victory speech, she brutally turns the tables, and they're like, "No, we want those tables that way." And she's like, "No, I'm brutally turning these tables." Ha 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 ha! Like that. Oh no, on her Danon subjects. Manuel is shaken as she faces her family's killer. Before long, Almedria flees to the open sea, the party following in hot pursuit. It took us a while because we had to turn all those tables back. Woof. Enjoy that we had a choice. Lord of Wind, rule of someplace, I don't know. It didn't give me the time to actually read it.
I can't believe there's actually an underground harbor here. There are even boats docked.
I only see Danons. Think they were forced to work here?
Probably. Let's see what they have to share about Almedria.
I don't see anyone. Oh, actually I do. Where the fuck did you come from? Might not be the best place to work, but at least I'm not going to be turned into goo. And he's not starving. Can't head out to fish in the ocean, but if you don't mind river fishing, there's a good spot. Ah, more fishing! Yeah! JRPGs and fishing. A heavy treat. Ooh, lovely. Right, fine. What do you have to say? It is used for shipping. Pretty big. It is. It's a more modern ship than I was expecting, won't lie. Sort of weird that, I'm wearing medieval armour, and it's like, that's a modern ship. Cruise line. I don't know ships. So, it's one of those boats, isn't it? It's big. Not a pirate ship. It has engines and not sails. Let me over there. There's stuff over there. Get through it. Well, I got some mackerel though. I have to sail over there. Who are you?
You didn't happen to see a lord come by, did you?
Sorry, friend, but she just left. Came by with a whole posse of underlings, boarded her ship, and took off at first wind. We damn near got blown away. She was that much in a hurry.
Damn! So we missed her!
You guys trying to go after her? Need a ride?
Are you saying you know how to steer a ship?
Spent most of my life chained to the deck of some ship or other. Yeah, I know my jib from my boom.
What's jib?
We don't know how dangerous it'll be. Better you give us the boat and stay on solid ground.
Also, what's a boom?
Whoa there. You been out on the water before? The sea ain't nobody's friend, you know.
I played Sea of Thieves.
You need a sea dog like me, or you'll sink her before she makes it out the harbor.
We're losing time. Sir, we're in your debt.
We played
Now
the...
that's more like it. Name's Mahavar. Just give me a holler when you're all set and we'll set sail.
I played the Tales game that had a ship in. Does that count as ship experience? I'm ready now. Okay, cool. It's me adjusting the lights over there. Let's turn it slightly. Just enough to get rid of the wispy woo. Bit more, bit more. So we just commandeered this fucking ship. Guys like, yeah, I'll do that. There's not an expense attached to commandeering a fucking cruise liner.
This is like a dream come true. Never gotten to captain a ship before.
You could have done that at any time, sir.
Never would have thought I'd get a chance like this. Thank you, y'all.
Didn't have to kill anyone.
Pleasure's all ours. Think we'll catch up to her?
It's a free ship, it's yours.
They got too much weight on them. Meanwhile, this ship's carrying nothing but us salty scalawags. They got a good head start on us, but we can take them.
Do you know if there are any Danons on that
Huh.
ship?
Must be a common thing that
Couldn't
happens.
say for sure. On the one hand,
Did you have to fight to get it?
Something of another castle. I'd reckon they probably wouldn't let a bunch of Danons on board. On the other hand, I'd be real surprised if the Renans were able to pilot that thing all by themselves. In any case, it's gonna be a while before we reach her. Until then, you're all free to do whatever.
Oh,
Just don't fall in the ocean.
Are we going to do some comedy fishing? Because that's what we did last time. Oh, I need your writings on the other side.
I know Mahavar said we could take it easy, but there's not exactly a lot to do on this boat.
Buddy, there's 4
I
stars.
guess I'll check in on everyone and see how they're holding up.
It's a 4-star boat. 1 second, sorry, I've got allergies to musical. This music is also, my food is draining away, so yay.
Hold that pose long enough and someone might just come along and paint you.
Any artist who'd see fit to paint me needs their eyes tested.
What can you tell me about Almadria?
Not as much as you'd probably wish. I only ended up crossing paths with her a handful of times, after I was chosen to be a lord on Lenegus.
Ah, right. I almost forgot about Lenegus. How much do you think they know about what's been going on down here?
It's safe to assume they know everything, though I know not why they choose to remain uninvolved. Perhaps they see what's been happening as just part of the ongoing crown contest.
Even what Almadria did? Has it really reached the point where her actions are seen as normal?
Not to my knowledge, no. At its core, the crown contest is a competition to see who can amass the most astral energy. And to amass such energy, slaves are needed to collect it from. It's therefore against the Lord's interest to kill them.
So then why would Almadria do something like that?
We must remember that time is running out in the crown contest. Perhaps her hand was forced, so to speak. It is a way to accrue astral energy faster and in larger quantities than through slave labor. Doing so kills off that labor force, obviously, but it is a means to an end nonetheless.
Yes, I had a board game that you had to do the same thing.
No one could have foreseen that something like the Hollowing would arise back when the contest was first conceived.
Is becoming the Sovereign of Rena really that important to the Lords?
Of course. It's the greatest prize one can attain in their eyes. In that respect, at least, I'm really not that surprised that Almadria resorted to what she did, as utterly despicable as it is.
It's reassuring to hear you feel the same way I do.
I worry that the only reason I never did anything similar in Menancia was due to my lack of ambition.
If you didn't want to be reminded of your past, you could have just plugged your ears.
You think too highly of me. I'm afraid I must respectfully disagree. I'm not nearly as virtuous of a person as you might wish to believe.
If that's so, would you have been so shaken up when Kisara lost her brother? Why else would you turn your back on your own kind and choose to fight for Miguel's dream? Aren't we just Danans?
A curious choice of words. Did what you see in Mahag Sar hit you that hard?
What Deadheim did to that city, he didn't liberate anyone. Anyone who refused to follow him was an enemy in his eyes. 300 years of Renan rule taught him nothing.
What I have come to understand is that the conflict extends beyond Danan versus Renan. There is an internal quarrel as well. I mean to bring about a true, lasting coexistence in Menancia. But there are more walls we must topple first.
And you don't think you can pull it off?
Well, you seem to think you can, at least.
Does that make us enemies?
Insofar as an exchange of swordplay, no, it doesn't.
Not good enough for you?
Are you really... Forgive me. I will continue to fight by your side a while longer. That much I have decided.
Oh, we're gonna have lots of conversations here, I sense.
I took a look around inside the ship just in case, but I didn't find anything that looked like it might be suspicious.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
You know, it wasn't until I left Calaglia that I finally realized just how big the world is.
When we tore down the wall in Calaglia, and I could finally see the horizon in the far-off distance, I had the exact same thought.
Yeah, somehow the sea is different though. I'm not sure just how to put it. It's almost as if it just goes on forever. I bet my old man would have been blown away by this view.
Yeah.
Ever since he died, I've been thinking about what it was that he was really trying to say to me at the end. I keep going over his words again and again. And heck, maybe I'm just overthinking it all. But still, sometimes I wonder if it could have turned out differently. If there was something I could have done. But no matter how much I play it back, I'm still no closer to finding any answers. And then there's everything with Rinwell. I stopped her from killing Almadria, but was that really the right thing to do? Or did I just end up making things harder for her? I feel like such a screw-up.
You're not the only one. I keep asking myself what Zephyr would have done had he been here. Like I think, how would Zephyr have handled Rinwell?
Yeah, I understand the concept
Yeah,
of you were thinking the same thing.
I would have stopped her. No doubt about it.
And that's exactly what you did, Law. I think he'd be really proud of you.
Alphen.
Zephyr's not the worst yardstick to measure ourselves against. Let's both do our best to make him proud.
Sounds like a deal. Thanks, Alphen.
Zephyr was the guy who died going, "Oh, I wish I was with my family more. I have regrets." Oh, fuck. Why do you two form a wall? Oh, no, you don't. Never mind, I'll take it back.
You don't look so good. You all right?
The floor. It keeps moving. How can you stand it? How can you even stand?
I'm not the best person to ask about discomfort. I can't feel pain, remember?
I still can't believe what happened in Niez. Even now. As a lord, my expectations for Almadria were already pretty low. But the way she treated human lives like they're mere playthings.
Yeah. And it wasn't as if the situation in Niez was improving much to begin with.
You mean Deadheim?
The whole reason I started fighting back was because of my anger at the atrocities of Renan rule. Back then, all I had to worry about was fighting the Renans for the sake of the Danans. But then I met Shion and the people of Menancia, and things became a lot more complicated. It's even messier now that we have to worry about Danans like Deadheim.
It used to be that the Danans were the ones in the right, and the Renans were the ones in the wrong. Though, maybe that was just a biased perspective from being on the side of the oppressed.
Exactly.
No.
I'll never tolerate the Renans ruling over us, but nothing ever ends up being as black and white as you'd expect it to be either. That's clear to me now.
Yeah, but like...
That said, even putting aside bad apples like Deadheim for a moment, you may be able to free the Danan people, but that won't undo 300 years of oppression. It'll be hard for them to not give in to their resentment. I think maybe that's why I clung to our dream so hard back in Menancia.
Even if his motivations weren't pure, Dohalim has a good heart. He didn't sink to the depths Almadria did.
You don't understand. I'm saying that it goes deeper than that. This hierarchy we live in, it's not solely something the Renans invented. I remember a story Rinwell once told me. She said before the Renans invaded, we Danans had our own class system. We are the ones who divided ourselves. I saw it in Deadheim's eyes. He wanted to rule over others.
To hear Bayfon tell it, Deadheim wasn't always that way.
But as time went on, and he and the Darkwings fought the Renans, he eventually changed.
We've distracted her out of her seasickness.
If we defeat the Renans but just go back to the way things were before, was there even any point in fighting?
Yes.
But that world isn't the one you want to create, right?
Maybe not. But to tell you the truth, these days I'm not so sure that dream is even possible.
You have your promise to Megal, though. Your home and the people of Menancia are depending on you.
I know. My brother. He truly believed in his dream of coexistence. And I suppose, even now, many people still do. And then, there's you.
Who, me?
You and Shion.
I'm not sure I follow.
Okay, then let me spell it out for you. How many other Renans and Danans do you know that get on as spectacularly as the two of you?
I don't know that I'd say spectacularly.
Well, I suppose it's really all a matter of how you look at it, isn't it?
I really don't see what you're getting.
I think I'm getting seasick again. Sorry. Can you just give me a wide berth for a few minutes?
Yeah, I had this I know StarCraft is also a computer game, but we had a board game of StarCraft, and as Zerg, is it Zerg or is it any race? I think it's any race actually. You can take resources from a place, or you can get twice as much, but you have to burn all the resources off the place to do it. But as a Zergling, that's a great strategy because you keep moving, and you just like go fuck you if you want to follow me. You're getting useless land. I don't think it actually worked out for me, but I enjoyed the strategy nonetheless.
Do you think Law is okay?
If you're worried, why don't you ask him yourself?
Yeah. I think maybe I should apologize to him too. I should apologize to all of you, really.
Us too?
Well, I was kinda lying to you all this whole time. I was blind to everything except my own revenge. I never even considered the struggles all of you might be facing.
We all have things we'd prefer to keep to ourselves, Rinwell. So what if you had something to hide? It doesn't undo the good that you've done, or the people that you've helped save along the way.
But that's not what I mean.
I know. You're talking about Almadria, right?
Yeah.
This isn't comedy
I
at
hate
all.
her,
It's just
Alfred.
taking stock of the situation.
I can't stop hating her. Even just thinking about her makes my head feel like it's going to explode. But it's not just her. I think about the way Law looked at me. I hated the Lord who killed my parents. And I hated the Renans I had to travel alongside. And yet, Cislodia's Danans backstab each other like it's a normal way of life. And Mahag Sar has people like Deadeye. But then there are people like Law and Shion. It's all just too much. I don't know what to think anymore.
Law never said that you had to forgive Almadria. It's only natural you would hate your family's murderer. But
But what?
Law left home because of how much he hated his father. As a result of that, well, I think Law spent a lot of time thinking about how they never got to make things right. And if I had to guess, killing Ganabel didn't make any of those feelings go away. Law let revenge fuel him, and I think now he's afraid you'll do something you'll regret.
Oh, that was a typo there.
Afraid?
They said, let revenge fueled him. Instead of fuel.
Whatever happens to Almadria when this is all over is up to you. I'll respect whatever choice you make. Just think it over carefully for me, okay? You still have time.
Okay. Thanks, Alfie. Say, back then, after the fight, I think I really made Shion mad. I don't know, though. Maybe it just looked that way. But I guess I just can't seem to understand how she feels. Do you know why she gets like that?
Shion's... She can be a tough nut to crack. She doesn't really talk a whole lot about herself.
It's just what she said about hate being a source of strength. Where did that come from? I wonder how it feels, not being able to hold another person's hand.
Plum, plum, plum. Oh, but our livestock has reached maturity. Yay. There, we've left Shion till last.
Lean much further, you'll go overboard. Keeping an eye out for Almadria's ship?
I'm looking at the ocean.
The ocean?
Yeah. The waves. They help me think. This world is filled with natural wonders. The icy air and white peaks of Cyslodia. The lush green glades of Menancia. The harsh wastes of Calaglia. But Menancia has its lake of death, and Nias its ruins.
It's all ruined, that
And we
Nias.
wouldn't be there if it weren't for that contest.
Say we actually manage to put a stop to the crown contest for good. What do you think will happen between the Danans and the Renans then?
You first.
I think they'll all be happy.
Well, I want to believe that the coexistence we saw in Menancia can happen elsewhere, too. It's insane for all of us to keep fighting. If Menancia can do it, so can everyone else.
Yeah, I think that would be good too.
A world where everyone can get along. At least, that's what I've come to believe.
You sure have changed.
I can't lie to you. Since I was young, I've looked down on the Danans too. But I've seen a lot. And I see things differently now. I've seen so many ugly and terrible things in this world. And yet, they didn't come from just the Danans.
God, they use Deadeye as an excuse
and
for...
things too. They didn't come from just the Renans. Kindness and cruelty exist on both sides. A person's race doesn't factor into it. So, I guess you're right after all, Alphen. I have changed.
She can hold somebody's hand.
You know, I've never actually touched another person like this.
Didn't actually give you permission to do that.
Shion.
Also, I'm wearing
Ever
gloves,
since
so...
I was on Lenegis, I've always
Well,
been
he's wearing
alone.
gloves.
Even after I came to Dana. Always.
And now?
Do you still not remember your past?
No. Sometimes it feels like I can almost remember. But then this mask stops me.
Take the mask off.
The mask keeps you from remembering why you have the mask in the first place. It's a little ironic, isn't it?
Don't you think? The eye,
It won't be long now before you're rid of those thorns, you know?
the eye work is really good in this game.
Only two
little
lords
glances.
remain. And once you have their master course, you'll be able to create the Renaissance, right? Then you can... Shion?
Sorry, it's nothing. Promise. You're right, though. It'll all be over soon. I never could have made it this far on my own. I have everyone to thank for that. Including... especially you, Alphen.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, after all.
Is something bad about to happen?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, what a lovely scene. But yeah, they keep holding up literally two people and go, but see both sides have been bad, and you see Deadeye.
I wonder how much longer it's going to be before
And
we
like,
catch up to our major.
I know the game wants to make a point that slavery is bad, a thing that literally everyone knows, but like, obviously it chooses to do it in a weird simplistic way, but it goes, but it's grey. Why is it grey? Because one of the slaves was also bad, and one of the slave masters was sort of good, sort of. And it's like, yeah, things are grey in a really uncomplicated way, because, I don't know, like, because obviously this is a computer game and we can't really examine systems in that sort of detail. I get it, but like Deadeye is obviously a result of, he came from oppression, you know? That isn't to take away anything bad he did, because, you know, both can be true at the same time. But it's just really funny that they just keep going, but Deadeye exists, and now this breaks me in such a way. It's like, yeah, like, what did you... You know, you'll have to keep fighting, but, like, none of this is an excuse to stop the magic slavery that's going on. That's gonna be a priority regardless. Deadeye didn't have the ability to, like, do magic slavery. It was an entirely different scale of problem. But, I spoke to my friends. What? We hadn't started. Alright, let's rest then.
Look who's up. Good timing. We're closing in on her stern as we speak.
Oh, she's got a very big ship.
She's huge. Law, go gather the others, will you? Think you'll be able to flank them without getting spotted?
Yeah, with the fog as our ally, I think I might just pull it off. Long as we ain't too noisy, we should be okay.
What'll you do if they catch on to us?
Not much I can do. Ship that size, they'll probably blow us to bits before we ready cannons.
I love that we just commandeered a ship and the guy nearby was like, yeah, sure, you can take a ship. Yeah, like, this must require, like, at least 30 people. Like, that's a big ship. A pirate ship requires at least 3 people.
Persistent little things. Evidently, I shouldn't have spared the wretched vermin.
Yeah, why did you?
Hungry already, my dear?
How many mini-bosses do we have to fight before we get to you?
Worry not, for you shall have plenty to feast upon shortly.
Our actor's having a fun time.
Perfect. You managed to get us right up beside them.
I'll stay with the ship so we can leave as soon as you're done.
Yeah, I wasn't going to ask you to join the
Then
team.
Let's find Almadria.
You don't have main character energy about you. I'd like to do that in a JRPG. Have like one of the NPCs be like, no, I'm coming along. I'm the main character. But you're not wearing main character clothes. How dare you? I'm going to be a main character regardless. I like that our castle's a boat though.
Shion, I want to thank you.
What brought this on?
What you said helped to calm me.
Don't mention it.
Now that's what I call a ship.
Yeah. The biggest one in all of Mahagsar. So big that it took years to construct.
For all we know, Kelzelik may well have been smuggling materials to help build it. In which case it would be yet another mistake on my part.
We don't know that she was only getting materials from Menancia.
You think it's possible that they might have come from elsewhere too? Yeah, I guess I could see it.
But what do you think Almadria plans to do from here on out, now that she's abandoned her realm and sailed out to sea?
She'll be filling her coffers with gold, most likely. Then she'll sit back and enjoy the show as the other lords duke it out. Or something to that effect, at least.
I wouldn't put it past her.
She's strong, yet shrewd, and will stoop to any low. A dangerous one indeed.
She's not the first, and she won't be the last. This is a lord we're talking about, remember?
Sounds like you've made up your mind already.
There was never anything to decide. No one who can smile like that while doing what she did deserves to roam free.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But if you do it impassively, it's fine. Just don't be evil while you're committing atrocities. I hear you,
This might
game.
not be the best time, but if you have a minute. That mask of yours, it was shattered by a blow from Balsef when you fought back in Calaglia, correct?
Yeah, thanks for the reminder. I thought I was a goner.
Balsef's brute strength was in a league all its own. Yet half the mask remains. It's remarkably durable. Too durable to be Danon in origin.
Shion said the same thing. As if the fact I was wearing it meant there had to be more to me than
Oh fuck,
the
my
eye.
cup of tea. Oh, it's
You
cold.
recalled your name when the mask broke, I hear.
Yeah, that's right. Although to tell you the truth, I'm a little scared what might happen when I lose the remaining half. Then again, the idea of not doing something because I'm afraid scares me even more. That's why I go on fighting.
Only he who first faces the night catches a glimpse of the dawn.
Come again?
What about the people who started Dawn?
Nothing. Forget I said anything.
But you know, sometimes you got to live long enough to be the bad guy to turn into the good. Ooh, 3 life bottles. Excellent. Let's save our game because I don't know, it's been a while. And let's play on... Okay, we're on hard already, cool. Let us fight these villains in this room here. Shit, how do I remember? How do I play this game again? Bloody howling!
Get out of this! Look sharp! Rising Wyvern! Resonate with the earth!
Okay, I remember how to play.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
Cool. Keep that in mind.
No choice. Take down their defenses. Take it. Rising Wyvern. Its armor's too strong. Meet me where I can.
I'll do it.
Time to let it rip. Here I come. Rising Wyvern. Rising Wyvern. Far enough. Sonic throw. No escape. Rising Wyvern. I'm ready.
This one's got your name on it!
Action to action.
Everyone hanging in there?
Dang it, this isn't the cutscene. What's this thing? It's a force field. It's just me. It's like the one we ran back in the other place. Hold on. It's actually made of astral energy. This one might be one of Amidria's traps. Crap. So what do we do? Manipulate the astral energy? Get rid of it? Maybe? Gotta give it a shot. Well, but we're not going to do that until we've explored over here first. Gotta fight these doggos.
Coming through. You're mine. Reflect on thy sins. You picked the wrong fight. Tiger Blade. Take this.
Your reflexes will not serve you well here.
Ready and ready. Burning. Begin. Armor won't save you.
This one's mine!
Look sharp. You're mine.
Do it!
Lightning slash.
Shion! Go for it! Prepare to crumble!
Beckons into everlasting darkness.
Burning! Going in!
Negative gate.
Going in!
Arch sealed! Not in your dreams!
Megasonic thrust.
Execution. Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet.
Oh, I forgot to have that. Oh no, I didn't. Right, make myself some hot drinks. Let's take on some shield, which we left behind a second ago. That one. Fused to her magic.
That went well.
Shouldn't that give us more?
You're not too tired, are you?
Nope, I'm fine. Let's keep moving.
Okay. Don't have to use that just yet then. Ooh, reception area. It died. Armor didn't save that guy.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Catapult!
Negative gate. They smite the blackened blade. It's over.
Here it goes!
Ah, damn it. Never mind, beat him anyway. Ooh, hello Phoenix. Yes, I'm not doing bad.
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
I'll quickly get another fight while it's blue. How are you?
Discourteous, aren't you?
We're fighting the system.
Tell me, have you ever considered your purpose in life?
Tell me, if you ever considered your puppet, your foot. Not now! Damn it. Earlier, we fought a witch, and she turned tables. We need to spend ages turning those tables back. Okay, I'm not doing this fight because we're just gonna kill him anyway.
Where are you going?
All yours, Kisara.
Hope the sound is loud enough to be heard.
We managed to pull through.
Oh, well, we're still in the blue. We just have to do this all immediately and pick up stuff afterwards.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I don't think we ever actually given the option to retreat.
Too late to talk over our differences?
So one of the people in our team. So the story to this game is there's two worlds, and one of the worlds has oppressed the other world with magical slavery because Japan is just not great with metaphor. So like there is a contest between 5 evil lords to collect the most slave magical energy. And so we're going around defeating all the lords, right? But one of the lords is in our team now because he was a good lord. And in the plot they've tried, they said, look, he wasn't good, he was sort of lazy and like had his own issues, and that's why he had the nice city, but he's still a part of the system, but like the game keeps holding him as an example of like, but they're not all bad. And we recently did a town where one of the like the witch we're chasing, one of the slaves, we didn't free the slaves in that particular place. They freed themselves, but they were just as bad as their oppressors, you see. And then the witch turned into magical goo. And so every so often the game keeps going, but Deadheim was bad as well. It's like, yeah, but he didn't have the fucking magical slave system going on. He was just a bit of a dick. There's like a whole fucking different scale of these are not equivalents, game. What are you doing?
We're all right, Alphen.
And yeah, so a little bit annoyed with that plotline. Like, okay, we have like a split second. Come on! Oh fuck! Fuck! Never mind, we didn't get there. We're gonna lose our bonus, but who's red? Who are you two?
Get lost!
Yeah, it was like, how did Deadeye rescue himself? I used lots of grenades and shit, you see? I caused lots of collateral damage. Yeah, so there's lots of, they said a line earlier, which was, oh, she did it! She turned all our friends into goo, and she did it with a smile on her face. It's like, as long as you commit, you've got to be passive while committing your war crimes. Otherwise, we'll be real angry with you. Could you bring us back to life, please, game? Oh, there we go. And like, I get that this computer game. We're not really going into the banality of evil right now. I get it. Everyone has to be like very obviously evil for us to defeat. I get that. But yeah, I mean, you can hear him, the good Lord who's on our team, because he's the one who's just like asking them very politely to stop fighting us while we just continue hitting them, and it's like, oh, they're making a very small attempt at the idea that we're not just killing like hundreds of guards while doing this journey as well. As if we're not already committed to doing this, but well, it's fine to kill the guards because they all have arrogant British accents, so it's fine.
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Ooh, hang on.
Never seen anything like it.
It's an authentication key. They're quite common.
Maybe where you're from. This is new to me.
It might go in an elevator somewhere. We should test it out.
Ooh. Is the bookworm called Bookworm? I ask because I've been playing a game called well, I completed it, but what was it called? Opening up a can of wormholes, and I've started putting them on my YouTube channel. Yeah, I've like Bookworm Adventures. And so I have to name every episode after, like, worms. And, like, I'm on episode 20 and I'm running out of worm references. So I'm having to, like, look up stuff I've never done before. And, like, bookworm! Oh, God, that's a word, yes! But apparently there is a famous worm called... Oh, fuck, that's loads of gold. Called bookworm. The bookworm's already a term, which is a shame because I was like, oh, already was a name I could have used. We need to leave and come back. Can we leave and come back? Well, I'll do. You see, I've heard of it.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Know of the worm law. Well, I say I finished. I got to the credit screen. I've done 99% of that game, and that last percent I can't be bothered to do. I'm done. As soon as I hit a credit screen, I'll do it later. I'll just do it off screen. I do wish to rest.
The vermilion vegetation certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling of the wind.
It should be easy to dry our laundry out here.
I can't tell if these two are actually having a conversation or what.
That's cool. I've never actually... I would recognize Bookworm, because I've seen Bookworm before. I think it's a reasonably famous game as well, which is why I included it. Like, I was very reluctant to use names that I just straight up hadn't heard of. Like, one of the names of the episode is just Nidhogg, because it's a worm. And I was like, is it? It's like, yeah, because dragons, in Germany, dragons are worms. And I'm like, but Nidhogg's not German, it's in God of War, it's from ye olde. He's like, but worm and worm come from this. Nowadays we draw worms with a Y and they worm-like, but they were just named. And it's like, it's vaguely connected. And it's like, okay, if you say so. Yeah, I think it's just what the Germans called dragons, but like that got derived from Nidhogg and stuff. The connection is so vague. Yes, I shall cook. Are there any like plot cookings? Oh, that would be. What the fuck is a bouillabaisse? It's a stew containing copious amounts of seafood. Not just some seafood, fucking tons of seafood in that. We are doing a boat battle, so we'll make it with Dullahim.
I must admit, I'm rather proud of this dish.
It's copious amounts. I mean, I can see the clams. Where the fuck we found clams, who knows, but...
Hey, you're pretty good at cooking, Dohalim.
That's for sure, and rather surprising. I never thought a Renin Lord would know how to fix anything on their own.
You flatter me. This dish is nothing special.
I don't know. I'd say this was pretty good.
Yeah. If we ever get back to Calaglia, I'd love the chance to share this with everybody.
All I did was
one of your
simply cut
presses
some
made it.
ingredients and let them simmer inside the pot. Most anyone could prepare this recipe.
That's simple, huh? Just throw them in and simmer?
You might be misleading him a bit, making it sound so easy.
I'm certainly not exaggerating it.
If all it takes is putting ingredients in water, I can handle that. I'll have to try it soon.
I fucking love Japanese games and the obsession with food.
I think it might be better if you didn't, Alphen.
Why not?
And if he did, you'd be obligated to eat it.
Don't worry, I'll heal you afterwards.
I don't know whether to feel more sorry for Alphen when nobody believes in him, or myself knowing what's in store for me once I eat his concoction.
You just said it was simple. I don't actually know how you could go wrong. Let's talk to Dohalim. There we go.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while?
I know they're doing a comedy scene, but... Well, nowadays it's Tears of the Kingdom. Nah, it doesn't even make sense as a sentence. They've not given me any extra costumes for him yet.
Get ready for tomorrow.
You know, when they didn't announce the name of Tears of the Kingdom in the UK because the Queen had just died. That's my favourite thing about that game. Mainly, I haven't played it. I do like the absurd creations people have been making there. Look at all these little big lizard. Oh, we'll leave him alone. Let's go back to the fight. How do we get back to the ship? Do I have to take a fucking boat again? They'll like, think the British people, they'll be so upset if we use those words in that order. I mean, to be fair to them, Britain went fucking weird for a week or two. Yeah, let's re-infiltrate.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
Okay, I'm not refighting everyone, I'm just... Well, I guess I'm refighting these guys. Where's the Door.
Seriously? Is this a joke?
It's over! Can you take it?
Through the thorn in its side.
This one's mine! This one's mine! Reload! Tiger blade!
This one's all mine! Burn!
Make it rain!
Oh shit.
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Denied!
Freeze laser! Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
Now we're not.
Mine!
Can't get out of this.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
I'd run away as soon as the first time that happened in a battle. If I was a guard and then like this happened, I'd be like, fuck that. They're coordinated.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
No choice! For my lord!
It's weakened! I'm the true gunslinger around here.
You're the only one who uses a gun.
All yours, Kisara.
Glacial spear. Piercing shot.
There we go.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Oh, that's not a lot of that fit onto this. Oh, it's PopCap in the EA. We might have a hard time getting the license of EA. Another thing that's very anime about this game, including all the anime characters, is there's a casual line in the game. She says in one of the conversations, she's only armored from the front, right? So if you turn around, she just doesn't have armor on the back. And that's the reason is because she's the shield, and she only ever expects to be in the front to take the damage to the front, and she wouldn't armor. That means only she's only going to wear half the armor. See, like because of her honor. And it's like, but what if you get attacked from the back? And I'm like, okay, I sort of love that the game decided to justify that, but like, that's not fucking why. Just the meeting. Wait a minute, why is she? Because of her honor. It's just like Zorro.
I've come across something a little unusual.
I'll do my best. Here I go. I'm only getting
Glacial spear. Pierce evil. These ones can run rings around us.
It is. I get the instinct, though it is a sort of like sign this petition so they can sell us these things again.
Frozen.
hammer.
What you need to do is explain to EA. We keep inventing words. Sorry, this is me being evil right now. And so to add words to Bookworm Adventure, you gotta pay monthly for all the new words. All these young people, all these Zoomers, they've got so many new words now. Bookworm couldn't possibly have all the words. But if you get our packet, well, I can't remember what they're called.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's
You get our special super word pack, the obsequious pack. That's not the word I was thinking of. We'll include all the Zoomer words. You want Yas Queen in there? $2.99. I don't know why Yas Queen was my go-to. I was trying to think of something vaguely modern, and that's at least 10 years old. That kind of shows. And also, I'm pretty sure those are already words. But you get what I mean. On fleek, again, at least 15 years old. Come on, John. You can think. You've got the internet. You've heard people speak recently. I think On Fleek had a shelf life of like a year. It was just a funny enough pretend word. I mean, I know all words are pretend word. We invented all the words, which is why it's always funny to have a conversation with somebody who's just like, yeah, but where all these words come from? We made the words. All words are made up. That's how that works. But like, it's just enjoy. On Fleek has existed more ironically than it did in its. Nah, it's probably not true. It's probably had a good run. But you know what I mean. Like, I definitely don't hear anyone saying it in earnest anymore, ever. But then again, I've never heard anyone say that phrase outside of the example. Because I clearly don't belong to the community that actually that word was a part of. Come on, John, think of one Zoomer phrase. And I can't. I genuinely can't. I would accept a Tumblr phrase, it's fine. That's the same thing. Guy's wearing red armor, he's stronger. Oh, fuck him, he dodged. I didn't get to do my super cool move. That was the worst crime. I think I still... you still hear it, yeah. But I wanted a word that would confuse my dad, basically. And I feel like my dad would understand the concept of Yas Queen. And I'll just carry on doing what I was doing.
Indeed. I believe it's safe to assume these were used in her experiments.
They certainly look as twisted as her.
Even here. This is...
I remember seeing instruments just like this back in Estaluva Forest.
Looks and smells like some kind of medicine.
Whatever this place was used for, I doubt it was anything of repute.
What do you suppose this does? Look at them, having a whale of a time. Not these guys, though. Read the book. Oh, hang on. Okay. Oh, shit. The High Lord should be checking the Zoogle entire lab is almost fired over it. Thank you. The improved endurance experiment was a success. Lord Almadria would be most pleased. The Lordship was taken with the Zoogle. The entire lab was almost fired over it. What are we doing on the map? Is there something else we're missing? Ooh, what's in here? Oh, it's a monster. It's all the wildlife in this game are called Zoogles because they were imported from the other planet. There's no way this experiment is part of the ship. There must be more experiments going on here. Access key B to 2F, okay. Zoop. Ah, these tempestuous masses. And see, Reddit's good for some things. And they do care about preservation. Stop hitting me with stuff.
You'll soon see about that.
I cannot remember how I switch. Yeah, I'll fight that guy instead. Fuck it.
I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Here, let me help.
Can you take it?
Yeah, because it's got to be an important part of a load of people's childhoods.
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Oh, fucking loads of. Ah, damn it, we can't do any more because... No, we just entered this room. We've got... It's over there, over there. Go, go, go! Ooh, big lizard. Big. It's a creepzilla.
An opponent like this should be easy. Now you'll learn.
They really don't give up, do they?
I'll smash you!
Oh, damn it.
Astral energy, full throttle!
Big lizard. I'm sorry, big lizard. Yeah, I fought this as a boss at least a couple times. One issue with this game is there are only like 12 enemies in it. Somebody please heal me.
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire!
Neat. Is this a boss? Yeah, we have no... We might have to... I'm trying to work... Oh yeah, we are very low on healing because every time I fight a boss, I use all my healing items. Ooh. That was ooh for this. And the conversation, which I can see more of. Over there. Just over there on my OBS. I can see the conversation. It's not worth it. It's not actually a boss. Because I can still pick up this stuff anyway. Fuck you, lizard. Ooh, white cloak.
This looks nice and tough.
Let's see if it fits here. Who wears cloaks? No one does. That doesn't help. You do. There you go. Doesn't affect what you look like because that's a different system. What's in this one? Magic emblem. Cool.
Thus our strength yet grows.
Alright, well, I guess you get it then, because you spoke first. That's how I decide things. Or maybe I should just put it on the magical person. Yeah, I'll do that instead. Right. We must rest.
We've reached our destination.
We've not seen this guy in a while. Buy, sell items. I need healing stuff. Okay, actually I had loads of peach gel. The thing we want is... Okay, we've got 5 life bottles. That might get us through. It's the orange gel that's so important. The boss fights. We'll buy a couple. It's so much money. They've made it so expensive. What? Also, I want this. It's going to use all my money, isn't it? This guy's the real villain. He's got all this cool shit on him. Just hanging out in the middle of nowhere. Forge weapons now. I'm not going to be able to afford it, am I? I don't have the stuff anyway for any of that stuff. I'm going to need to sell some things. Whoa, out of flare claws. That's not that line in the song, Joe. Oh, cool. Flare claw. Oh, hang on. What? That's worse anyway. Oh, that's good. I didn't waste money on a thing. It can be improved. It can also be improved. Hearts of the Cosmos! And some knuckles. Refined crystal knuckles. Okay, I didn't manage to buy any like healing items because it all got spent on look, mackerel. Yeah. On armor and shit. Look at all these ingredients. Ingredients are like ingredients, but they like slowly fade from one flavor to another. There we go. Horse. How much does this stuff sell for? Horse meat. Why is horse meat more expensive? It can be eaten raw? What? I don't know enough about meat to know if that's...
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable. Hang on, we still need to sleep. I mean, horse meat was a scandal in the UK for a while. People were secretly putting horse meat in meals.
Certainly gives this realm a distinct, if somber, ambiance.
Seems like there's lots of fruit and plants that we can eat.
I also can't help but notice the ceaseless howling.
Okay, now we heard this one already. No, I don't want to cook.
It should be easy to dry our laundry out here.
I can't tell if these two are actually having a conversation or what. Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Yeah, only one chain store, and it was like these particular meals. I'd never touched it.
I'll take watch tonight. It's okay.
So, to be fair to the game didn't put cat ears on her. They're not cat.
Before we go, do you guys have?
I put the random ears on because they give me the option. Wolf ears even, but I mean, I do enjoy the silly glasses. I just like when they're having a serious cutscene. I don't want them to suddenly be like. No, it doesn't work with his cloak. Well, he does have the red hair. How do I put it on none? Move. Okay. Okay.
Everything?
Let's get back to the ship. By that I mean the wharf. The hidden one that I found immediately.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
I'm going to be watching One Piece at the end of this stream. If my brother's about, I should check. I enjoy the idea of also, they made a big point of being, can we catch up to the ship? And then apparently, yes, you can. And also, we can keep leaving and coming back.
We're going in.
Oh, I see. Just like that, we have to keep redoing this fight, but whatever. Just, excuse me, doggos, just coming through. Ah, fuck! It was worth a try. That'll be 2 hours time. It's gonna be a while. Oh fuck! I want to do Rising Phoenix more often. I don't quite know how to make him keep doing that. Ah, damn it.
This one's got your name on it.
That guy was called Ashes to Ashes.
I'm all stopped up. I'm ready. Kisara, go for it. Prepare to crumble.
Apple crumble.
Take this! Now you see what I can do!
Do you require
My favourite is when they're fighting like wildlife and they're like, you picked the wrong person to fight, dog!
Everyone's still in one piece?
Don't think I'm allowed apple crumble right now. L2. I think there's a nightclub over there called L2. I don't know if it exists anymore.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Right, we are trying to save the world, but also, vitally important that we find this owl.
a barrier? That may indicate Almadria is near.
Then we've got to find a way to get through somehow.
Let's see if we can find something that'll release it.
This is a big room. Let's go to this side first. Because obviously, it's where we're going to need to go. Oh! Cutscene.
What is that huge flower-looking thing up there? Is that the ship's engine?
Indubitably. As one might expect, large ships require large engines in order to sail.
And if we destroyed it?
We might well sink the ship. Who knows if we would be able to escape before that happens.
We can just teleport away, it's fine.
Almadria sure has been busy since the contest began.
This isn't Almadria's doing.
You mean she didn't build this?
This is a final lord.
The body, yes. However, my guess is that the engine comes from a starship.
A starship? As in one of those vessels used to go to and from Lenegus?
Correct. The technology employed on Lenegus and in starships is more advanced than anything in our daily lives. Almadria may be resourceful, but she could never produce an engine like this on her own.
You mean to tell me we've got even bigger enemies waiting for us up in the sky? My head hurts just thinking about it.
Don't worry about that for now. Just focus on taking care of Almadria.
That's the revenge noise.
Gotta break through. Now you'll learn.
Can I have my bowl?
So much for talking it out. Make it rain.
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Where are you going?
Rising Wyvern. It's off. Rising Wyvern.
Hitting pile.
Oh, come on.
Eagle ray.
Look sharp. Lightning tiger blade.
Let's refrain from losing.
Yes, that was my plan. Me and that guy on the same wavelength. Let's not lose.
This looks nice and tough.
Well, guess who's getting it? Actually, no, let's just give it to somebody who would be sensible to give. You can have the resist ring. You can have the resist. Oh. Grabbing all your stuff. Potatoes! How do we do this? Go bottom, work our way up after. Okay. You're not an owl. Oh yeah, don't forget the owls, John. Oh, fuck off, game. Let me do the shiny move. He's gonna be dead before it happens. Okay, that was sufficiently shiny.
Commander of Heaven. Phoenix Cyclone.
Let the marksman have. Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Loads of money. Cool. Oh shit, get in a fight quickly, John. Oh.
Out of our way.
Rising Wyvern. Got you now.
This one's mine.
Got your nose.
Be my guest. Quietly. My shield. Sonic Rush. Rising Wyvern. Mirage. Take off. Rising Wyvern. Rising Wyvern.
Pierce evil.
Resonate with the earth. In an instant. Impact block.
Benediction light.
Rising Wyvern. Rising Wyvern. On your knees. Rising Phoenix.
Oh, he's got a flamethrower.
Stand back. I'll tee it up. Infernal Torrent. Rising Wyvern. Take this. Mirage. Finish. Rising Wyvern. Tiger Blade. Mirage. Take this. Mirage. Rising Wyvern. Luna Ronda. Mirage.
Tiger blade. Corruption.
We might even be able to get an extended conversation about bread if we cook it.
I can carve through Tiger Blade.
Benediction light.
Eat this, white you.
I can carve through bread.
Take it down. Tiger blade. Dreams. Astral energy.
Say no more.
I had all the colours.
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
Ooh. Okay. I need to find an enemy right now. Cool. Oh. It did get lost. Didn't appreciate that, to be honest. Lots of purple going on. Fight that dog. You know what I like about these dogs? They don't make dog noises. I hate it when they give dog noises to God because I don't want to fight them.
Small, but a victory nonetheless.
We have a long way yet to go.
That was the owl noise.
Out of our way!
Dude, your lord's not going to do anything about... Look, your lord doesn't care. This was, of course, our day 1 game. Project 99. But what's our day 19 game? We're not going to find out for a few hours. I know. I already know. It's going to be a game older than this, but in the same genre. A game that's going to require me to move to the sofa.
Barely a blip on our radar.
Okay, I can hear owl noises, because in Japanese games, it doesn't... Oh, I found him! Butterfly wings, yeah! Farewell!
Looks like we spotted one of Poodle's friends.
Quickly, before the bonus runs out. Ah! There we go.
Get lost.
We can go to the owl forest if you want a better look at that owl. So one of the things I do like about this game is, I mean, it's in lots of JRPGs, but there's a little meter that says, oh, you get cool stuff if you keep fighting within, like, quick succession, which is a thing you're going to be doing anyway, but it forces you not to dawdle, which is good, because dawdling in this game makes it boring. Like, you just need to do the game quickly. I know, obviously, these sort of JRPGs are somewhat meditative, because... you know, you're doing repetitive actions for a long time. And if that doesn't appeal to you, then this is not for you. But that's fine. But like, just being forced not to dawdle helps.
Can't get out of this!
I need to be stronger.
Although it does mean you can't, like, look at things. You know, sometimes it's just nice to look at stuff. Yeah, I'm habitual dawdler. And items are so important in this game that getting these bonus items, like, could be absurdly useful. Because it's all the crafting items for getting all your good gear, it's all the potions and stuff. And mostly it's money, which you need to buy potions. Because potions are so fucking expensive in this game. It's the worst part, like... Obviously people have different opinions on which of these games is best, right? Okay, we're not finding somebody in time, it's fine. But I like this game because you have lots of buttons to press. And I'm actively doing stuff. And I don't think the previous games are strategic enough for me to be like, but like, I get to make decisions either. Like, there were definitely something to them, but like, the last game I played of theirs just had so many systems that I never quite understood let's put it this way. The other games were like, okay, everyone has 4 buttons, and those 4 buttons do 4 powers, but if you press the button again, there's like a queue, so you could theoretically have 4 times 4 times 4 times 4, 8, 16 powers that you'd have to remember, and everyone's got elemental, you know, fire weaknesses and stuff. So that's 16 for one person. There are 6 people on my team, so that's 6 times 16, or 12 times 8. That's 98 power, and I'm not fucking remembering 98 different slot. So I don't fucking ever remember what powers anyone's got. So like, obviously most of the characters play themselves, so like you can switch to the other people, but that requires learning their play style, which I like. But fights are faster when you just use the stronger guy. But and this game sort of leans more into me just being good at like dodging and knowing when to use the moves with this guy, and just like, and if I want it to be more complex, I can just switch between the people. Which I did do at the start, but I've done, and probably should consider playing more, switching to people more often. But it just doesn't seem like an efficient way to play the game. And I know like trying to farm efficiency probably isn't the best way to have fun either, but I mean, you're subtly encouraged to do so. Ooh, life ball. But yeah, and this has got a dodge button. It's like movement makes more sense. And the other thing is, because like this adds the attack. I think it adds the attack button. Normally in the other games they'd auto attack, and then you just be pressing the buttons when they do the things, the cues, and now that's like a subset. It works well. I like it, but I can see why people would prefer the early ones. Like, especially as somebody who like is a bit sad that the Final Fantasy coming out is clearly an action game and not an RPG. Like, I'm fine for them to do that, but I want them to make a game that's like a 1997 game, but with modern graphics. That's all I've ever wanted. And like, there's so many of the, like, Final Fantasy people that as soon as they made Final Fantasy X, you're like, okay, 10's a really good evolution of a system, and it's all very fancy. And then the PlayStation 3 comes out, and you're like, oh, what's Final Fantasy 13 gonna be like? And it's like a bit rubbish, because they decided that we were embarrassed by games that were turn-based. Oh, but what's Final Fantasy 15 gonna be like? Actually bad. It's like, but can I just have the... So Final Fantasy VII Remake's the closest they've gotten. It is an action system, but it has a sort of... They've done a really good hybrid.
Good Lord, what is happening in there?
Aurora Borealis?
Aurora Borealis. At this time of year, at this time of day, in this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen.
Yes.
That's it?
No.
There's also like, look at all these buttons I never press, like this one. It goes, yay! Oh, that makes more sense for puzzle games, or things that like, I'm not gonna go press this every time, yay! Every time I win a fight, because that would be somewhat distracting, but like, or especially when I ran away from that lizard, I should have done this.
I'm escaping.
Like that. I missed a trick there. Speaking of... Bum 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 bum. Peach gel, very valuable. Oh, it's toggle. Wheat. How is our energy doing? Not great, so we're going to come back for that lizard. Elixir, excellent. Okay, at least it's being more generous with the potions and stuff. But yeah, that's clearly... Don't mind me, just stealing all your shit. Stealing your shit. Pineapple Joe! Right, yeah, we're not doing it with... Well, actually, it's been a while since we've saved. Oh! You know what? If the lizard counts as the boss, then I'm turning it... yeah, don't jump. If the lizard counts as a boss, which I think it does, I'm turning it just to normal. Do I fight this? Yeah, we're turning it to normal. Let's... I'm still not fighting him now. I'm going to sleep first. There is a snail on the screen.
I know, Rob.
Okay. I didn't mean for him to be like, I know there's a snail on the screen, but that just worked out for me.